In this video, you're going to learn how to add text in iMovie, like how to add titles, animated titles, credits, callouts, and so much more. Now, if you have been following along in this iMovie for Beginners series, then you probably watched my video on how to get started, how to get set up, how to start editing in iMovie, all of the simple steps that you needed to take to start your project in iMovie. And of course, you probably want your video to look great. Maybe you want it to be professional. Maybe you want it to be a little bit polished. Well, fortunately, all of these capabilities are baked right into iMovie, which is awesome, but there's also other ways to customize your titles and text. So we'll cover both ways here. If you're new here, my name is Meredith Marsh, and this channel is dedicated to helping your side hustle thrive with video so that you can become the boss of your own future. And it really just comes down to taking the right steps in the right direction. So make sure you hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss any future videos from me. Now, as you probably already know, iMovie is an app for your iPhone and your iPad, but for this video, we're gonna be talking about iMovie on your Mac. So let me jump onto my computer here and let's get started. Now, I'm actually going to show you 4 different ways to create and add titles here within iMovie using iMovie's tools and using one of my favorite tools to bring some custom titles into iMovie as well. And if you've been following along in this iMovie for Beginners series, we started off by editing this how to make slime video here inside of iMovie. And I covered how to get started in iMovie as a complete beginner. So I'll link to that in the cards up above and then down in the description below. So at this point, you may be wondering, how do we make this look really cool with some title screens? How do we put words on our screen? So the first way that I want to show you here would be like a text overlay title. So the text is overlaid over top of your video clips. This is a really cool way to start with your titles. And if you want to jazz things up even a little bit more, I'm going to show you a couple of tricks for how you can get some really cool titles outside of iMovie and then pull them into your project. So here we are with this, I created this slime title here called It's Slime Time. So it has a little animation here. On the left-hand side of your iMovie, you have your media bin where all of your project files are. There's an audio area. We're not going to touch on that today, but then there's this titles section, and this is where you can find all of the pre-designed, pre-animated titles that iMovie already has ready for you, and there's a ton to choose from. So all you have to do is just roll your cursor, roll your pointer over these, and you'll see in the preview window exactly what they will look like when they are animated. So this is a nice simple one here. We have one that is a lower third. We have one that just shows up right here in the middle. See, you can see how these are going to actually look. If we scroll down here a little bit more, here's a pixie dust. So this one is a little bit more, I don't know, there's a little bit of bling there with that one. And then this one is called Boogie Lights. So that's kind of cool too. So you can explore these on your own and see what might work for you. I always kind of like this one here. So let me create a brand new title. I'm just going to click this. I'm going to drag it down here to my timeline, and you can see that this title is over top of the actual video that is in this track right here. And that's the way that we want it to be for this example. So you're going to be seeing the video. If I scrub through this, you can see the video behind there playing, and then the title is just simply laid over top of that, and it's automatically animated. So I have this selected here on the timeline. I'm going to come up here to the top here, and you can see we have 2 text boxes. All I have to do is double click on these, and then I'm able to edit them. So we're going to say slime time, something like that. And here you can, let's see, we can change our typeface to anything we really want here. Let's see, let's do Futura. We'll do mean, you could mix these up a little bit if you really wanted to. Usually I like to keep things pretty much the same. And you can even have it selected and you can choose bold, you could choose italic, or you can have this outline. So that's kind of cool. And then here, this little white box here, if you click on that, you're going to get the color wheel. So you can actually select what colors you want this to be as well. So we'll do something like that. I'm going to make this, I'm going to close that. I'm going to come back over here. Let me just make this, I don't know, I want it to be bold like the other one, but it's not going bold. That's okay. So this is fine. We're going to hit this little blue check mark here so that that's done. And then this is what it looks like if I hit play. So there we have a slime time title. This one is called Vertical Drift. And I kind of like that one. I think it's pretty cool because it's simple, but it's also kind of eye-catching. This one here was called Prism. This one that I already had here on the timeline. This one's called Prism. And that one's pretty cool too. There is this scrolling credits one. So if you wanted to add credits at the end of your video, you could do something like that. If you want to do this one that is kind of a Star Wars kind of themed one, you could do that as well. So there's a whole bunch there to choose from. But if you wanted to add a title screen with, let's say, a solid color background, this is another way you can get this done. So under backgrounds over here on the left-hand side, right next to titles, there are some animated backgrounds here that you could use if you wanted to. Or just to have a solid color, you can just choose one of these. We'll choose blue. I'm going to drag this down to the timeline right in between my clips. So it's going to act as a video clip or a still image where you can adjust how long or how short this clip is. And by doing this, you can have a background for your title and have this title screen that's not over top of the actual video clips, but it has its own background. Now, if you wanted to adjust the color of this, you would want to come into the color palette and you could certainly change the saturation of this blue, or you could probably mess here with the color temperature and things like that if you wanted to change the blue or if you wanted to switch to one of the other colors over here. But once you have this down and you're happy with it, then come back over to titles and then choose one of these. Let's see, we're just going to drag this down. We're going to put it right over top and we're going to adjust that. So this is what it looks like. So we'll do slime time, something like that. It's fine. And then we have this sort of title screen all on its own, and it doesn't have anything going on behind it. So it's not a title overlay. Now, one thing you could do to get a little more fancy with this, a little more custom, is come over here to transitions, and then you could do, let's say, a cross dissolve between these two clips here. So, and then let's try a cross blur on this side. So we'll do something like that. So this is what it would end up looking like. So we kind of fade into a title and then we blur back out to the regular video. Now for the third way to add titles inside of iMovie, if you want to get a little bit more fancy and a little bit more custom, add in your own branding elements or your own typefaces or anything like that, what I'm going to suggest that you do is actually come over to canva.com. Put a link down below to canva.com. I also created a couple templates that I'm going to share with you. So I put links to those down in the description. Now I have a pro Canva account, which allows me to do a couple other fancy stuff, but you can still make some really cool iMovie titles in Canva with the free account. So the first thing we're going to do here is come up to the top right. We're going to hit create a design. We're going to choose custom dimensions. I already have my dimensions in there. So we have 1920 by 1080 because that's the resolution of the video that I have in iMovie. So I'm going to hit create new design, and it's going to give us this blank canvas, and we can do anything we want. We can create something completely from scratch, but if you aren't comfortable with your own design skills, which let's face it, who is, unless you're a professional, then you can use some of these pre-designed templates that actually look really, really nice here inside of Canva. So you can find one, and then if you just select it, and then it's just gonna show up here. It's gonna be the right size and everything. If you select the background, you can change the color. Let's see, if you select this, you can change the color over here to whatever you want them to be. And you can totally customize this for your own preferences, whatever you think is going to work best. So from here, we can customize this. I'm just going to select this where it has the date. I'm going to hit the trash button. We're going to get rid of that. And we can say, let's see, I'm going to double click on these words, and we're going to say slime time. And then down here, we'll just put, I don't know, 2020 or something like that. And I could make this smaller or do whatever I need to do there. It looks like these are grouped. I'm going to hit ungroup so that I can select just the box. I want to make the box a little bit bigger, and then we're going to make the letters of the year a little bit bigger. Something like that. Slime Time 2020. So we have this design that took me, like 45 seconds or something, right? So in the top right, I'm just going to hit download. This is going to download as a PNG file. So you would want to select PNG or JPG for this, and just hit download. So this is going to go to my desktop, and we will pull it into iMovie here. So all we have to do then is, I have this file here on my desktop. You can see it was titled March 2020, so that's what it's called here. And all I have to do is drag this down to the timeline. Literally just drag it down. And it's going to import itself right where I place it on the timeline. So let me zoom in here a little bit, and then you can treat this file just like a video file. Just like you were importing a video clip, you're going to treat it the same way. This is just an image. It's like importing a photograph or something. And you'll notice there already is a little bit of animation happening here, and that's because by default, when you import a still image or a still photo into iMovie, it's going to apply this Ken Burns effect. And I explained what the Ken Burns effect was in the complete iMovie tutorial video, but basically what this is we have a starting place and size, and then an ending place and size. So you could set, let's say we want to start big and then have it zoom in a little bit. You could do something like this. We'll hit the blue check mark, and this is what it will look like. So it's just a still image. You can control how long it's on the screen, or how, if you want just a couple of seconds, you could do something like this, and it would just kind of slowly zoom in here. If I hit the play button, we can see it in real time. So that was kind of fast. That was a little too fast. So that's what you can do here with inside of Canva. There's a couple other really neat tricks though. So check this out. I made this in Canva. You can see how the earth is rotating, but then the title is right there, right? So I created that inside of Canva. Let me show you how I did it. So we're going to start with another blank template here. It's 1920 by 1080. And I just found this rotating animated earth, which I thought was pretty cool. I click this, and now this becomes the background of this title. It's the background of this canvas that we are creating. And all we have to do is come over to add the text box. I'm just going to call this my iMovie, and then make it a little bit bigger so that it actually makes sense. Or you can come down here under videos on the left hand side, and we have some aerial shots here. Let's see, we can just make this a little bit bigger. So this is pretty cool. I like these ones that are backgrounds because they're, they're actual objects, but they're kind of like, they're a little bit more abstract. So that's kind of neat. So you may want to incorporate something like this. And then all you have to do is double click and we'll say it's finally slime time. Something like that. We can change this color to something that actually will be readable here. And now we have this video. You can see up here at the top right, it's 15 seconds long. If I hit download, it's going to download as an MP4 file. So that is a video clip. We're going to hit download here. So coming back over here to iMovie, we're going to get rid of this. Let me just show you here. So we have this one, this MP4 file. I'm just going to drag it down and you can see it's here in our timeline and this is what it looks like. So that's pretty rad, I think. I mean, that's, again, it took me how long? Like a minute and a half to create this. And so you could create as many titles as you want for your video, as many as you need, and then just import them into iMovie as your title screens. Now, one really quick way to create more than one would be if you have this designed and you like the way that it is, you can come up here and hit duplicate page, and it's going to duplicate it right here within this project here inside of Canva. So you can keep the same background and then you can say whatever you want for the next title, happy fall. And then you can download all of these at once. So you can design the titles all at once and then download them and import them into your project. Now there's one more thing that I want to show you here inside of Canva. So I'm actually going to, let's see, we're going to delete this. We're going to come back over here. I'm going to select everything and delete everything. So we're going to start from scratch. So if you want, you come over here to photos. You can import your own photos into Canva and use those as backgrounds, or you can use their free photos if you have a free account, or if you have a pro account like I do, you could use their pro images as well. So let's say we do something like this, and we're going to add some text. So we're going to create like a totally custom title screen here. This is a little bit too small. So we're going to do, let's see, coffee. No, we're going to do, but first, coffee. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this. We're going to play around with the text a little bit. Do I want it to be white? I don't know. Can't really see that very well. Let's try the effects, and we could do, oh, that's kind of interesting. Or we could do a shadow. No, that doesn't really work. That's kind of cool, but we would need to fix the color. Let's see if we did, oh, with a blue shadow, that's kind of cool. That one's kind of cool. So actually, if I select this background here and then choose effects, we could change this up a little bit. So we could make it purple-ish, something like that. So then what we can do once we're happy with this is we can actually animate this image. So I'm going to hit animate up here, and we can have it fade in. We could have it do a tumble. There's a pop option. What does that look like? Looks like that. All right, that's cool. So baseline, stomp, neon, scrapbook. That's a kind of cool one. Oh, I kind of like that. All right, so we have applied this scrapbook animation. It's going to last for 5 seconds, so you could edit this if you wanted to. And I'm going to download this. It's going to download as an MP4 file, just like the last animated one that we just created. And coming back over into iMovie, we're going to get rid of this one, and we're going to pull in, let's see, we're going to pull in this right here. And this is what this looks like. So that's kind of cool, right? We created our own animation right within Canva, and then we pulled that into iMovie and created our own custom animated title screens that we can brand it however we want. So I could add my logo in here. I could do really anything that I needed to do. Like I said, I use this a lot within my business, a lot for the graphics that I create for the Video Pursuit Society. And it's actually saved me so much time when it comes to creating graphics and animated graphics for my videos and really everything. So I'll put a link down in the description below to a template for this one. So you could recreate this one with literally just the click of a button and update your own text. And then I also have a link to this graphic and also this one as well. I'm going to delete my actual logo before I send you the template link. And lastly, I want to show you how you can create some titles with a transparent background. So we have a blank screen here. I'm going to hit add a heading. We'll do this nice and big. We'll say it's slime time. And we're just going to, let's find a nice font that's going to be kind of cool. It's slime time. We'll make this a little bit smaller. And so you can see here that we have black text on a white background, but what do we do if we want to have a transparent background? Well, it's actually pretty easy. And before I show you, I'm going to just change this color a little bit, and then that's kind of cool. I like that. All right, so we're going to export this. We need to hit the download button in the top right, and where it has the file type, you want to make sure you have PNG selected, PNG, not JPG, and then make sure you have transparent background selected. Now, this is a pro Canva feature, so if you don't have the pro account, you're not going to be able to do this, but we're going to hit download. It's going to save with our transparent background, and it's not technically animated because it's just applying this Ken Burns effect where it's essentially zooming in on this title, but it has that transparent background. So we're using our own custom font, our own custom effects from within Canva, exporting it with a transparent background, and then bringing it into iMovie. Now, you probably have a pretty sweet looking video by now, but to really polish it up, you may want to add some background music and even some sound effects. And that's exactly what I cover in the very next video, which I have queued up for you over here in my iMovie series. And if you're totally new to editing YouTube videos, then grab my Edit Like a Pro cheat sheet so that you can edit your videos like a pro, even if you're a total newbie, and stop making some of the mistakes that could be costing you YouTube subscribers. I put a link to that down in the description.